power bill through the roof? At 320 Solar, that power bill will be no more. In fact, about 90% of our customers report lower solar payments than with electricity. That's more power in your pocket. 320 Solar. Power up. Going solar with 320 may cost you nothing down. But the work we do is not a $0 job. With a 10-year roof penetration warranty and solar panels guaranteed for 25 years, you can have peace of mind knowing we will do the job right every time without question. Solar. Power up.
Destiny still arrives.
Brady throwing, looking for a deep shot. He's got Brown on separation.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Sports Talk 49 live on BucsReport.com every Monday and Friday. Monday doing post-game, Friday doing pre-game to the Sunday's game or Monday's game or whatever game it is. You know, with primetime games, the Buccaneers finally getting the luxury of having. You got to bounce this around a little bit and flex a little bit. I know I didn't do a Tuesday show. There's some things I needed to handle, so I'm coming to you guys Friday hard as a mofo. Hard, ham. That's what I'm going to do. What's going on, everybody? Sean, thoughts on Joe Haig possibly starting this game? We're going to get into all that. Frank, Christopher Cole. So you guys bring your passion and bring it today. Phone lines are open, 727-475-1882. If you're at work or whatever it is, you want to say something and then jump off and then I'll answer it, that's fine. So I know you guys got lives. I know I go during the daytime when you guys check me out while you're working and everything. But let's get through status quo as always. Make sure to check out all the other great shows here on Bucs Report. Check out, let me put it up there for you. You got me, and then you got Peter Blake wrapping it up, putting you to bed tonight. It's set between 9 and 12 12 midnight, and he'll put you to bed, giving you something to think about, as Peter always does. Good to see you. Well, thank you, Sean. Good to see you guys too. So what we start with? You said you want to talk about. Well, let me get to the first thing first before I get in that, because I always get caught up when you guys bring up great points and things like that, and I always get tied up. So first things first, let's get to the breast cancer awareness winner who wins the pink Mike Evans jersey and a mask. So let's get to it. There it is. There it is. Who shall it be? Do we know? Who can it be? Miss Lisa Lambert. Miss Lisa, congratulations and thank you for donating to breast cancer awareness. I will get your contact information and I will mail it out to you as soon as I can. But that is yours, and I'll mail it to you all nice and wrapped up and everything. And just do me a favor and just send me a picture. I think you're on my social medias. And just send me a picture, that you got it or you're wearing it or whatever, or who you've given it to. That's cool. Just thank you for contributing to another donation to charity and impacting the community here in the Tampa Bay area or wherever this time. This time it was just for, breast cancer all over the world. I think last time we did Feeding Tampa Bay. So let's get into that. Somebody put up a good comment already. What is it? Thoughts on Joe Haig? Joe Haig possibly starting. Aaron said it's a possibility, and Joe Haig had played on all the offensive line parts in Indianapolis with the Colts. So he has plenty of starting experience and graded pretty high when he played before he got injured, I think in the preseason before he came over here to the Buccaneers. So he definitely has some experience there and a lot of reps. The other option is that Ryan Jensen could go to left guard, and they could put A.Q. Shipley in at center, which is a strong possibility as well. All those options, I'm sure, will be brought around during the game. If somebody gets banged up or something like that, I'm sure you'll see that rotation in there, in and out. And even with Jensen in at left guard, he can still communicate, to the offensive line what's going on, because you technically got two centers in on the play. So the communication on the offensive line should be pretty great. But if you answer that, it's a possibility. I'm not too worried. It's against the Saints. Their interior don't scare me as much as the ends, but they're all gonna do their thing this week. Why are we gonna risk Godwin this week? They're stupid. I think though, Donnie? Sorry. I think they'll only play him, Chris Godwin, if he really thinks he can go. I know as a player that you don't want to miss any games. You want to play in all your games. If you can play even just a little bit, if you think you can, you're going to try to. And I don't think that I don't think they're just going to put Godwin in there if he really can't play, if you get what I'm saying here. Now, I get your point, Donnie, is that he should just sit. You really need this game. You really need this game because you can't go down 0-2 to the Saints and then end up losing a spot somewhere on a tiebreaker. And they'll take it because they've won both games against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, in a sense, I get what you're saying, and in a sense, it's going to be kind of up to Godwin and Bruce Arians. I know he told in Leonard Fournette's own words that when he wasn't 100%, Arians said, "No, we're going to sit your ass." If it's one of those things, so we'll see how that goes. Concerned with Ali Marpet being out, but I think Joe Haig can get it done for a game. He's going to show people that he can play, and I think he'll be ready to rock. How about having AB, Godwin, and Evans on the field at the same time? Arians, he's good to go. That's been the issue all year, and I don't think we pick up. Tampa Bay picks up Antonio Brown if the wide receivers are healthy all year. Because at some point somebody's always been out, and even still right now, even if they were all on the field, you're still not 100% at your offense because you've already lost O.J. Howard for the season already. I'm predicting that you might get Villa back near the playoffs. I'm predicting that. Maybe even O.J. Howard. Who knows? We'll see. Scotty Miller is hurting. He's always hurting. That's one thing about them track guys, man. They just don't have a tendency to stay healthy. They're always injured for some reason. It's something, a hamstring, a quadricep, something. It's just strange. Like, you figure guys that are in up shape like that and running shape and things like that, but they always get hurt. I don't know why. Just ask John Ross. But it just always turns out like that. And since we're talking about the game versus the Saints, let's go into Madden 21's prediction, shall we?
Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. 52 the mark and second.
Brady now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Evans. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 64 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us.
That wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Brees to throw again. That's caught. It's Sanders for the Saints touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints are back within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in from midfield. Here's Brady trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things.
Now for the Buccaneer field goal. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that moves him up from 41. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will cut this lead back. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those
There you have it. Welcome back to the show. Sports Talk49 with none other than Blake Anthony. They got 17-13, but Bucs winning this game at home against the Saints. That's what Madden's got, 17-13. Brady throws a pick to Demario Davis, but the Bucs find a way to still come out and get a victory. Ronald Jones has a great day running the ball. We'll see how true that is. Madden has been wrong I mean, they've been on point. I think so far, I think they have them at 6-2 currently up till today. This just the wins and the losses were on different teams. But I think Madden's been pretty on point as far as the wins. Now the score I can't predict that because I don't run more than 6 minutes on a simulation, so you won't really get a full stats, and it's just whatever happens there. Appreciate you guys. What's going on, Deshaun? Let me get to you guys. As Susan, how you doing, Susan? Hoping having AB out there will allow other wide receivers to heal up. That is what we're hoping, and hopefully other wide receivers can step up as well. Susan, Sean, what can we do to slow down that Saints pass rush? They always seem to test O-line pretty well. It's a gut check for Donovan Smith again. What is he going to do? Is he going to step up to the plate, own up, and play well? Tristan Wirfs played pretty well against Cameron Jordan the first matchup, his first test of the season. I think he'll be ready for round 2. But Donovan Smith and the interior guard position is the spots that these guys are going to have to try to clean up here. So we'll see. We'll definitely see what's going to happen here. I put the link in there if you guys want to get on. Deshaun, what's going on? Sean Tidsdale. Sean, I see this being a slow-scoring game like Madden as well. These defenses are going to be fired up. Absolutely. And we'll get into all that, how Antonio Brown and all that fits in. Because I got a treat for you guys. I got a little breakdown of what to expect between Brady and Antonio Brown, the connection, disconnection, and things like that. But we're speaking of Brown and talking about all that. Let's hear from him. Antonio. Oh, we got a call coming in. 1 second. Caller, you're live at Sports Talk 49. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Blake, it's Ray. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Ray. How you doing, sir?
Good. You know, I just was doing the math today. I realized that the Bucs are undefeated when I get a chance on a Friday to call in. And just before you do the breakdown, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him a call. I just for me, the name of the game, I think all Bucs fans out there know this. And Blake, I'm sure you know this being the analysis guy that you are. But just the fact that just going back to 2018 when Fitzpatrick and the boys came out there and lit up the Saints, but of course we won that game 48-40. Still had to outscore them. But then, the Saints have won 4 in a row since that game, and the average points for the Saints have been 33 points, 33.4, and the Bucs are averaging 25.2. So I just was wondering, do you think it's going to be that way? We always say, it's going to be a score fest, and then sometimes we get a 13-3 or a 17-14. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
It could be a toss-up. It could be a high-scoring game or not. I think the first time when Fitzpatrick and the boys played them, they caught everybody by surprise because they went real vertical, and then nobody expected them to do that. And I think they caught people by surprise by doing that. And then that's why the Bears came out and just rushed for and played everybody back in coverage. And the Buccaneers took a highly beating that game because they didn't adjust well in that game. But if you're asking me, I think the addition of Antonio Brown is going to flex their defense to change a little bit. I was going to get into all that. I got all that broken down, for fans to expect out of that, and what the fans should expect out of that. But if you're asking me what the score is going to be, I want to say around. I don't.
You don't have to give predictions right now. We'll wait till Sunday. But I don't want to put you on the spot now. Plus, I definitely don't want to give up anything on your breakdown. But I tell you what, you touched on a great point earlier in the show, and that is obviously the same defensive line. The exteriors on that D line are obviously more bothersome than the interior, and that's why I really would love to see it. We want to see this. We always want to see this when a team's expecting tendencies, and you're thinking Bruce Arians, Brisket, Biscuit. I would love like crazy just to see them give them a pound and a half of Rojo and Leonard Fournette on the inside. And then by the time the ends are done trying to do back pursuit on the inside run, that's when we start going vertical. I'd love to see that game plan. Just don't know if Bruce Arians has it in him. Him and Leftwich have it in him.
Yep, that's Leftwich is going to have to get his play calling out there and try to get real creative on offense.
Yes, he is, brother. I tell you what, I got to get back to work. Just want to do my quick call. Like I said, we're undefeated when I get to call in to the Blake Anthony Sports Talk 49 show. So I wanted to do it, brother, and we'll talk to you on Sunday, if not before.
Yep. Thank you, sir. This is Cup of Ray, everybody, every Sunday, 9 a.m.
See you, brother.
There he is. We got callers coming in. We got people in the lobby. One of my favorite little segments here is Chilling with Deshaun. Let's get him in here. Sean Tisdale, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Blake? How we doing today?
Good. Got tons of goodies today to talk about. Saints, Antonio Brown, Ali Marpet. The list goes on. So where you?
Listen. I was thinking about it real hard, just trying to do my own breakdown of the game, seeing where I think we're going to go and stuff like that, and just watching all the pundits and stuff. It's a good time to be a Bucs fan right now. It's a good time to be a Tampa Bay fan, just all the way around. I mean, when it's coming and everybody's feeling really good. I think one of the unsung heroes right now on the offensive line as of to date is really Alex Kappa. Haven't heard anything about Alex Kappa. We spoke about him in last season and how he broke that arm, continued playing in the game. Just that was the type of fortitude that I think any fan, any coach, any ex-player want to see out of somebody that's on their team, just not collecting a check, i.e. Donovan Smith. That being said, I think we're gonna see big play out of the combinations. When we talk about it, we usually do a lot of breaking down in secondary because it's a passing game in the NFL right now. But let's take it to the offensive line side of things. We're gonna need a lot of combo blocks, a lot of chips and pickups and things of that nature in order to deal with this Saints defensive front. I mean, they're gonna come at us. They're not a Super Bowl Giants line with the way they switch out and rotate and kind of come on so many stunts, but they do stunts. And I mean, we really just got to be able to stop Cam Jordan. He's one of the anchors. They get a lot of pressure all through the line, and that's going to be major for us right now. And I think Alex Kappa, Jensen, I like Jensen's feistiness. He's always playing to the echo of the whistle. He's very Richie Incognito. From a player to me, and I think we really start up front in this game, and that's where it's going to be. Tom Brady can't be Tom Brady without an offensive line in front of him, providing him with the time. And to me, that's the key to this game right now. I still have us winning the game, but I think up front, offensively, our key. And I say the same thing defensively as well, because I see the big gap in the Alex Kappa, not Alex Kappa, sorry. I see the big cap in the Vita Vea loss. Mm-hmm. We're productive there, but the Vita effect is gone. McClendon he plays a 3 technique. To me, he's a Gerald McCoy with a pinch less quick twitch, but the way he plays the 3 technique is very Gerald McCoy-esque. He's a stopgap. The position is not to have not to get sacks. So I'm not looking for him out the 3 technique to do that. But the way that he kind of feels, stretches that arm out, or he's doing a look technique, I'll take him doing that. But I just would like to see a little bit more from the inside for us.
Definitely, Vita Vea being gone is a huge piece, and just like you said, it ends and it begins with the offensive line. With both lines, defense too, you're gonna have to get the Drew Brees, but the game begins and ends. And as like you mentioned earlier, here's another test of fortitude on Donovan Smith again, up against it wasn't even much of Cam Jordan last time. It was Trey Henderson, a guy who came out of nowhere and played very well against him. He's been playing well all season, so I mean he's been playing well.
I mean, it is the NFL, Blake. It's the NFL. Yep. What do we expect? I mean, I just would like, even the last time, I know you got a chance after the show. You guys were down at the bar and grill over there. What is it? I can't think of the name of it. But you guys were doing the breakdown at the deck, yeah. And I was like, okay, as you were at the deck and you did the breakdown, when Donovan Smith, when they did they had a stunt going. Stunt comes around, Donovan gets hit. He's so off balance that he can no longer help. I'm like, you're too big to get just pushed off balance so easily, and his feet are always so tight that he has horrible feet. He has the feet of a early 90s Chargers guard, where they need to, he's great if he's in one space. And I really thought that he would move to guard, or if not right tackle, because of that, because his feet are they're very inconsistent, and they're just not there. They're just not there. I mean, I know we won't get that out of him, now. I mean, we pay him so much, but I could see us letting him walk. He'll get a Super Bowl with us, but I don't. If we could pick up something at the trade deadline, I think we would have.
Absolutely, and those are spots that people just don't give a player. So you kind of gotta either homegrown your own, or find a replacement somewhere, somehow. And that's the way the league works, unfortunately. But especially with cap situation, the Bucs are in a tight cap situation.
And that too. We're in a super cap situation. I think also that we get Gronk helping him. We get backs chipping. The back chips on that side don't look that dramatic because just our play calling doesn't really swing that way. Other teams play calling will have those back chips go out and be a little bit more dramatic, but ours just doesn't play that way.
Nope. Man, we got somebody else here in the lobby. Let's bring him on here with us. Mr. Eric Moreno, how you doing, sir?
Yo, what's going on? So there's no way Marpet can clear the protocol without practicing. Is that correct?
He said can't. I mean, the way the process goes, he goes through the protocol. He has to get the okay from the from the medical staff to be able to play. Yeah, to be able to play Sunday. Luckily for the Bucs, they don't play those Sunday night, so they got a little bit more time. That's the only thing I'm really hoping for is that by them playing at 8:20, there might be a strong chance of Alex Marpet to play.
And does that work for Golston the same way? Does that work for Will Golston the same way?
Correct. They can be at practice and all that, but as far as them playing Sunday, they can't play until they get approved.
Well, here's my question for Will. I think he started quarantining prior to us, being notified. I'm hoping those quarantine days count because, to be honest with you, I know everyone on Bucs Report and pretty much all Buccaneers fans, I was willing to sell Will Golston down the river a long time ago because I really couldn't see his production. However, in this defense and being without Vita Vea, I could definitely see Will Golston and what he does and his effect for us. We cannot play without him right now. Where's Khalil Davis at? Where is he at? I haven't seen him, haven't heard anything about him. He was so promising, and we go out and get an older veteran. That tells me something about him.
Yep, he's been unable to stay healthy thus far. The last I heard from Arians was he's playing really well in practice. I think it rolled his ankle. I think the Friday before the game, and it hasn't been able to play since.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Defensive tackles rolling ankles. That doesn't mean you're coming back fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eric, what else you got for us?
He said on Twitter, he said that he came to some exposure. He expects to play on Sunday. So he said he expects to join the teammates for Sunday night. Thank God it's a Sunday night game. If it was a Sunday afternoon game, I think he still plays, but I think he'll play. I know he did have COVID, Golston, back in the year. I think back in training camp, right?
Early, he had it early.
Yeah. So, just being cautious. He knows that he's been in the system, so I'm not worried. So thank God we don't have to have Quan Alexander. I don't think he can be in the building till tomorrow. I don't, so want him to,
You don't need any.
That's another problem to have.
Yeah, I don't want. You know how it is when you get an ex-player just coming and playing against a team. They're just going to inject so much energy into a squad. And Quan misses a lot of tackles. I did love when we had Quan here though, but he's going to inject a lot of energy.
He's a hype man.
We don't need that. He's definitely a hype man, but we don't need that coming against us. We want to keep that defense just where they are, kind of just mono. They're kind of hard hat type of defense. They do their work and they kind of get back to it. We'd much rather have them there than to have Quan Alexander just hyping them up, and we don't need that at all. And you're gonna do that when you come home, especially when the word is out what we're doing with Tampa and how we look, and it's just he's gonna be that. We don't need that. So I'm him not playing. Great for me.
I agree.
I got a question for you guys. Are you guys worried about God? Are you guys worried about Godwin's I think they said it's his left index finger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you guys worried? I mean, about the pins? Maybe catching, going towards the sideline, catching the ball. Maybe how some guys like to tackle awkward.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that doesn't, he doesn't re-aggravate it. I know he's going to be in a splint, but is there any worries about Godwin?
What do you say, Blake?
I'm thinking, like, well, I was talking about that earlier. The only person that knows how healthy he really is Godwin, and I'm sure he's catching at the jug machine in practice, catching balls, so he knows if he can catch balls or not, and you can put on different speeds on how hot you're throwing that ball. I mean, Brady isn't known for throwing real strong heaters like Brett Favre back in the day used to bend wide receivers' fingers and things like that, but
he can still sling it.
Yeah, he can sling it, but I think
I don't think it's that much heat though. I think it's a nice rope. You put the tight spiral, he gets it there, but I don't think he's not a cannon thrower. Like he's not throwing flamethrowers at you.
Yeah.
So
I'm in with his hand. I think we have enough. I saw it last week because I was really wondering why not McClendon, 85. I was wondering why he was in. Mickens. Yeah, I was wondering why he was in, and I thought, and then when BA said, "Oh, he was in for Godwin," because I really thought he was in for AB to give Tom an AB kind of look, more similar receiver. I wouldn't take Mickens and think Mickens was more of a Godwin because I feel like Godwin is only a Godwin. To me, Godwin is a bigger Steve Smith that's willing to go in there and block. He's willing to do anything that the team needs. From Steve Smith in that perspective of just willing to do anything the team needs. That's why I would liken Godwin to a Steve Smith. And I don't think that AB or Mickens really produces that. It's great if they could, but I think that Godwin is his own beast. But I do think we have enough pieces. I was wondering why we saw Mickens and we didn't see Watson. And
just going to say that you saw who lost reps.
Or Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, he came in later. Why?
Oh, I love Johnson. Johnson, he's like a mini Godwin.
He is a mini Godwin. Yes. To me, I would rather see him in there. Give him reps. And I mean, we take our shots with Scotty, but all I keep hearing is how Watson got faster. So are we only throwing Scotty deep? When AB gets here, I know we're going deep with AB.
Well, the thing about AB is he can play inside and outside the numbers. Scotty Miller's not good at that. Scotty Miller's not good at going to get a ball. If you notice, every pass he catches, the ball is so perfectly thrown. All he's got to do is let it fall in his chest. Yeah. He's not going out to get the ball.
Well, I mean, that's what Grayson. What's the other the catch bar? That's what he has to do. He just has to learn to catch because he doesn't know how to catch right now. That's his issue. He's probably the fastest. Was it Grayson Cyril?
Yeah, Cyril Grayson.
Yeah, he track guy. Catch.
LFG track star.
Track star. Same thing as Scotty Miller. Track star.
Track star.
Hey, that boy fast.
He's lightning fast, but he can't catch. So, and he doesn't know how to. He can't look the ball in. He doesn't really know how to run underneath it just yet. It's going to take time. He's more of a project, maybe a gimmick, if you will. But you know what? I'm happy with where we are this week. I continue to feel more and more confidence. And to be honest with you, I don't care. I've been here and, I've been through the woes with it. It's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. I feel more confident with Tom Brady.
Yep, Tom Brady definitely adds a different aspect to this team. I love his passion when he screws up and he comes to the sideline. He's pissed off when we get done. That Bucs get dumb penalties and things like that. That's an aspect that hasn't been really here. That's really been expressed like that and trying to hold people accountable. Even Bruce Arians with Ronald Jones fumbling the ball early in the game and giving Giants that momentum early in that Monday night game. So it's definitely a great change of pace seeing here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers changing it up. Guys, I'm gonna run to
guys. Let me ask one question. Where do you guys see us with the running backs right now? Where do you see us with the running backs? Because I just feel like I was championing for Leonard Fournette to kind of get the bell cow loads and kind of offset with Ronald Jones. And I see that we kind of put McCoy to the side now that Leonard Fournette is there and ready. And I can concede to that. I believe in that thought process. But as I saw Leonard Fournette in the game start to face the 8 and 9 man fronts, he went back to the Leonard Fournette that I would see at the Jaguars, where he would lose his vision a little bit. There would be times that he loses vision, and I was like, did anyone else see that?
Oh, he didn't run into the open lane.
He was just running through. And when he got that second half, and I felt like the sideline knew it was all going to be Leonard Fournette pretty much, but he started to face the 9-man front. He started to go in and get the 2 yards instead of the look for the 5.
And I think LaShawn, I think we're all in agreement. LaShawn has been pretty much faded out of the rotation right now, barring something happens or he gets hot. But when it's a pass into the back situation, I said it seems like the Bucs are going to Leonard Fournette over Ronald Jones because Ronald still has the inability to catch passes. Still, it's just ridiculous. And then you turning over the ball that game in there and giving Giants that whole momentum. It's just I don't know what to do with him with as far as the pass receiving, but running he's been doing really well.
He has, and that's our issue. We can't let the offense be depictable like what it was last season. The offense everyone knew when we saw Mugwagwe, we saw him in. We knew this is a pass. It's very rare that it was going to be a true run unless it was like 3rd and 19 and they were going to do that draw that everyone knows is coming because there's no way they're going to get the first down. But to me right now, I feel like Leonard Fournette kind of gives you the best overall chance. And I like Leonard when I saw them stretch him out versus Jones because our confidence. I mean, we're playing 3-down football and Jones, every time he drops it, I just continue to lose confidence. He's running so much better this year, but if you want to be a complete offense that when you're in, we can still run or pass, Rojo's just not like – I can't buy it. I want to go test drive another car.
Is there any surprise that Michael Thomas? I just got a notification. Michael Thomas is expected to play since first game back since week 1. Is that a surprise to any of you guys?
It's obviously. What happened, Eric? Your audio went out. But what I heard is you said Mike Thomas. I know he hasn't played since week 1. I think there's more going on in that locker room. Yeah, I hear you now. I think there's more going on in that locker room. I think Deshaun, I think you get that feeling too that meets the eye. Oh, yeah. There's something going on in that locker room that we don't know that.
Came out. At first it was just the tea leaves, and they were talking about something's going on, and he punched someone. Maybe he punched somebody in the face or whatever it was, but they kept it all in house. I'm sure.
Garner Johnson.
Oh, there you go. So, but
yeah, former Gator. Yeah.
Initially, it was under wraps. They didn't let that out. Then he got, so he gets the penalty from the team for that. Whatever they're giving him off, but it's not gelling. To be honest with you, it hadn't gelled this offseason. It started when he came back. He felt like they were together, and I feel like that first game, they were exactly what they were supposed to be against us. They were a team that had been together for a long time. The pieces hadn't changed. They basically just were like, they just picked up the playbook from last year on us, and that worked really well. I think in this game, though, with him being off, there'll be some continuity there. Look at that. Are we going to check on the numbers? Brees isn't throwing far. Most of the passes are 5 yards. Alvin Kamara, I mean, the reason that Devin White is here is because of Alvin Kamara and
Christian McCaffrey.
Both of them are said to come back this week. And that's because we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the NFC South, and it is football time. All the other shenanigans that have been happening, that's past. We're now going to start playing NFC South football where it's going to count. Every game is counting. And that, to me right now, if you don't bring Thomas back for a game against the team that leads the NFC South, you don't plan on winning.
This is a must-win for the Buccaneers, too. You can't go down 0-2.
And they're going to go down with all their weapons.
What'd you say, Eric?
Every team is going to go down right now with all their weapons. What do you guys think?
I mean, Carlton Davis shut down Thomas for, 2 catches for 30 yards or something like that? 3 catches?
Yep.
The lock on
Emmanuel Sanders is still – I heard something that was like maybe 1 or 2 like that. They expect him to rejoin, but he's not on the injury report. So I don't know if if they still expect him to play, they still got Tre'Quan Smith. So I mean,
everybody's coming off. Hey, who do you guys think will cover Mike when AB's there? Do you think Lattimore flexes?
No,
Lattimore
will
and then
stay. He will stay on.
Norris Jenkins is probably going to be on Godwin, or
I hope so.
But they'll shift him around. Maybe get Mike in the slot. Maybe go so that they'll mix and match.
I think they'll play him on Mike to see if Mike is having that head game with him. Because if Mike's having that head game with him, that's taking Mike out of the game. It never takes him out; it takes Mike out of the game. So to me, moving.
Hey, 1 year he had what? 8 catches, 124 yards. That was when Fitzpatrick, back in 2017.
2 years ago.
Against Lattimore.
2 years ago. Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most he lit him up for that, right?
Yep.
That's the most.
It was like I told you, I think they caught him by surprise. They went real vertical that game.
You sure?
They went vertical that game. I think they caught everybody by surprise those first 2 games. And that's where Mike went off. And then, of course, if you put Jenkins on Mike Evans, you already know what happens with that. Just look at the tape, what happened with the Giants. Try to do that with Mike Jenkins covering Mike Evans the entire time. One-on-one, Mike went up for 200 yards receiving and several touchdowns. Yeah. So I don't think they want to do that matchup again.
Hey, do you guys think the defensively, do you guys think that because I'm thinking we need to run a lot of underneath coverage since the numbers say Drew Brees is not throwing deep. However, the NFL is such a copycat league, and we all know that. When you saw Jamel Dean biting on all these, any double move, he was kind of getting beat on double moves and getting beat on deep routes. Do you think they'll try to do some either Brees deep or maybe Taysom Hill throwing deep against us because of last week?
Absolutely. They'll absolutely try that. They'll try to get double moves in there because Dean and I got that on here too. Dean and Carlton were caught peeking. Actually, in the play that Carlton got the interception, they both left wide receivers wide open on that play. It's just the pressure. Yeah. Like, let me emphasize this for everybody. Who cares how many sacks Shaq Barrett has? If you're getting pressures that are causing interceptions, I don't give a damn how many sacks he has.
Yeah. Hey, sacks are sexy, but if you get pressure on the quarterback, he's gonna make a bad throw, or he's gonna throw the ball up in the air, where there's no one over there. He's gonna throw a pick.
He was doing it. We did it last week, but see now the thing with me when I watched the last game, we did get a lot of pressure. I felt like we were all around. We were all around the quarterback. We're moving him. He's having to move in the pocket, things of that nature. I don't think Brees will be as mobile, obviously. However, Brees is gonna catch some of those corners when they were leaving people absent and they were abandoning coverage. I think Brees will get some of those throws, and that's it's kind of the give and take. I mean, I'm fine with the spy technique that a lot of the corners are employing. Jamel Dean definitely. He's always eyeing the quarterback and leaving the receiver. He has no hand to him. You can't touch him. Can't feel him. But I mean, that's if he's playing that style, he's playing that style. Ed Reed did it a ton. There's a lot of people that just play that technique. Blake, I know you played in the secondary. When they're looking in the backfield.
It does. It's a feel, but on that play what we're talking about, he just totally lost where the wide receiver was. He got so caught up in looking at Daniel Jones on that play, you just totally let the receiver right by you. And then they if you saw on TV, they showed Daniel Jones the play on the tablet, and you saw he missed the receiver. So I don't know if you noticed. They went back to that. He looked dead at that, and they ran another double move, and he got behind Jamel Dean again for looking in the backfield. And he's just a step away from missing the catch.
Yeah.
Somebody put in here, I forgot to mention. Somebody mentioned that they would like to see more of Keyshawn Vaughn. That's something we haven't mentioned because Keyshawn Vaughn can run and catch very well. That was a good point.
He did run and catch. It's just that he's had 2 welcome to the NFL moments.
By a corner too,
ball on the ground both times. So I think that's the difference between Vanderbilt and LSU. LSU running backs coming in are not doing that as much, and then Vanderbilt, he's looking like he ain't getting hit by those the guys that are that big at this point.
Yep. Guys, great content. I'm gonna go to a quick commercial break and we'll come back. If you guys are Eric, I see you probably at work down there. If you gotta go, that's fine. We're just gonna drop you guys in the line.
You're fine.
No problem. I'm gonna step out for a second as well. You have a great one.
All right, Sean. So we're gonna run a quick commercial break and we'll come right back.
Power bill through the roof? At 320 Solar, that power bill will be no more. In fact, about 90% of our customers report lower solar payments than with electricity. That's more power in your pocket. 320 Solar. Power up. Going solar with 320 may cost you nothing down. But the work we do is not a $0 job. With a 10-year roof penetration warranty and solar panels guaranteed for 25 years, you can have peace of mind knowing we will do the job right every time without question. .320 Solar. Power up.
I'm excited to learn and be around the guys and, motivate the guys and learn from the guys and put my hand in the pile and hopefully help be the reason we win. So I'm just super grateful for this opportunity. Excited to be around the guys and everyone here. And I'm excited to fit in here and do what's best for us to win, whatever that entails. I'm excited.
There you have it, Antonio Brown. Welcome back. Sports Talk49 live on Bucs Report every Monday and Friday. Monday doing post game, Friday doing pregame. That's Antonio Brown there, and we talked about him a little bit. I still got Eric in here. We'll get him back on here. I just want to put these up here because we were talking about him, and I wanted to point out some pointers and stuff like that about Antonio Brown, how he fits, how the secondary made mistakes, but they're getting good. They're still making mistakes, but they're getting good. So it's good and bad. That's the thing when you have young secondary players, you get both sides of the coin there. So we talking about Antonio Brown here. I made a little something here on what to expect, what we're going to see Sunday with Brown and Brady's connection and what it looks like when they're on the same page and what it looks like when they're not on the same page. Check it out. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of My Perspective. Today we're going to talk about Brady and Brown connection or disconnection depending on continuity. In this first clip, we're going to show here how Antonio Brown and Tom Brady are on the same page and make a great completion, and Antonio Brown is able to get separation from the defender. Antonio Brown's got about a 7-yard route, gets the DB to backpedal and makes a great out cut Tom Brady holds the defender by looking his way and is able to get the ball out into space near the sideline to Antonio Brown, while Brown making great separation for an easy catch and a first down. On this next play, Brady notices that the Dolphins have a bracketed coverage on Brown by a corner and an inside defender. Brady's able to hold the defender in place while squeezing the ball out to Antonio Brown on a perfectly timed route. Brown gets separation. Brady gets the ball out early enough for Brown to make an inside move and get around the first defender while picking up extra yardage. On this next play, Brady and Brown have great connection on display and continuity. Brady notices a single high safety with man coverage across the board. Antonio Brown runs an excellent route, running up the seam, getting the defender exactly where he wants him for Brady to place the ball to his outside shoulder, where Brown is able to give himself space for Tom Brady to throw the ball there while making a catch inbounds and getting his feet down. Defender has his back turned, does not see where the ball is placed. Brown is in full advantage here and is able to make a great routine catch for a touchdown and his first in his New England career. We'll look at it again from another angle. Again, Tom Brady and Brown, great connection on this play. Tom Brady makes the calls, notices that it's man coverage, takes the snap, knows exactly where he's going, places the ball perfectly in a spot where only Brown could get it. Brown already sees the ball. Defender cannot locate the ball, and Brown is able to make a great catch inbounds for a touchdown. We talked about some of the good, so now we got to talk about some of the bad. I said Tom Brady and Brown are not on the same page on this particular play. So with that being said, Say got the same look that they had earlier. Brown is in the slot. Brady knows a single high safety, makes the call, and is going to throw the same outside shoulder throw to Brown that he threw earlier, but Brown is looking inside instead of looking outside. There's a miscommunication. Tom Brady throws the ball exactly where the ball is supposed to go. Brown is looking for something on the inside, and ensuing of that, it was an incomplete pass. We'll take another look at it from another angle here. Tom Brady makes same call before. Got the coverage they want. Looks right where he wants to go, drops the ball where it should go, see where the ball is and where Brown is looking. There's a miscommunication there somewhere, and Brown's not where he was expected to be. Here's another not connected play here. Brown is singled up again, as I showed earlier. I said Brown is able to get an outside release quick on the defender. Brady sees again that Brown has him released. Brown is expecting a ball on his outside shoulder near the 1. Brady somehow throws the ball short and expects Brown to come back and get the ball instead of throwing the ball over Brown's shoulder for an easy walk-in touchdown, and there's some type of miscommunication there. There you have it. Those are some of the good and some of the bad. If you're just turning in, it's Sports Talk49 live on Bucs Report every Monday and Friday. Let me go ahead and bring Eric back on here. Eric, what's going on? Welcome back, sir.
Yo, what's up? Hey, how comfortable are you with Joe Haeg or AQ Shipley if Marpet cannot clear the concussion protocol by Sunday night or Sunday afternoon?
The good thing, I'm comfortable because Haeg has a lot of experience. Haeg got to play with the Colts for a long time and was very productive with the Colts. It was with them.
70 starts, correct?
Yeah, he was with the Colts when they went to the playoffs. He has playoff experience. So as far as playing time, he's got it. And the thing about being an interior lineman, you got help. You get help from the center, you get help from the guard. It's a good rotation. So you're not on an island as per se Donovan Smith and Tristan Wirfs. They're by themselves a lot of the time unless they get a tight end to chip block them. But I'm pretty confident that those guys should hold their own. And if not, if Bruce Arians has to, he's already said he'll put Jensen at guard and he'll put AQ Shipley at center if they have to.
Mm. So you would think that Marpet would, it's similar to Godwin, where I think he passed the protocol on Monday. I'm like, so he was close, but there just wasn't enough time. He had delayed symptoms, and I didn't even see Marpet get hit. I'll have to watch I'll have to watch some of the game again, but I didn't see anything where he got concussed.
It's hard to say when that could have happened at any point in that game, and just like I think somebody mentioned, I think Deshaun mentioned it. Just like Alex Kappa broke his forearm, but he kept right on playing. And he just thought he just hurt it. It's hard to say when that happened, but hopefully by them playing Sunday night, he'll have time to clear and play. If not, he'll just have to be the next man up. I mean, it's not going to be all up to Ali Marpet not playing in that game if the Buccaneers win or lose. Everybody's still going to have to contribute, and they're just going to have to come out there and have a great game.
Okay.
That's my opinion on that. The whole Haig thing. I've always been a Haig. I thought Haig was decent. I don't think he's really a full-time starter, but he can definitely be a guy who could come in there and plug and play.
He's a swing guy. He can play tackle. He could probably play guard. So can AQ.
Yep, so can AQ, and he's already familiar with Bruce Arians and his system. They already have familiarity there, so it's just walking in and learning the new lingo. That's pretty much it. Trying to read through these comments. We talked about preaching Blake. We talked about sacks making big plays. Constant pressure is far more important. He's talking about glory gazing. He's talking about Jamel Dean picking in the backfield. Put my hand in the pile. I think he said that about 20 times. Sounded like a Belichick interview. Not a bad thing. Thankfully, he didn't come out like Newton. I mean, there's nothing else for Antonio Brown to say. I mean, I don't even know why, honestly, you put him in front of the camera. Everything he's going to say is going to be rhetorical because Arians already said he's on a short lease. So they got Tom Brady basically babysitting or living in his guest room. So, I mean, it's in his best interest to shut the hell up. Football, if you ever want to get paid again, is he's got all these kids out here, so I know the child support ain't stopping. So he's got to keep making money to pay these bills. John says my prediction for AB 6 catches, 72 yards and a touchdown. I think he gets a little bit more than 6. The Saints are going to play a lot of man coverage on the Buccaneers like they always do.
I got a bold prediction, Blake.
Go ahead, go for it.
Evans, Godwin, and AB will all catch one touchdown from Brady.
That's a good prediction right there.
And maybe throwing Gronk too.
Oh, throw Gronk in there too. He said everybody.
Maybe Scotty or hey, it's like when Jameis threw 5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers. Maybe throwing Scotty or maybe Tyler Johnson will go in there. Or Scotty. And if Godwin or AB need a break.
Let me get this call in.
10 or 20 plays.
Call your live at Sports Talk 49. Go ahead. Johnny, how you doing? Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, it's not losing Marpet ain't so simple. That's like losing Vita Vey on the offense, man. And you know what that is. That's a lot of scheming to cover up for one guy, and that's what they're going to have to do with Haig. But the problem there is they're already doing scheming to help catch up for another guy on the end there.
Right. That's why they're still going to have to play. I'm not making it seem like losing Kappa. I mean, not Kappa. Ali Marpet is nothing. They still have to go out and perform. These guys are still professionals. Like the defense is still held up fairly well. I mean, they still haven't gave up a 100-yard rusher yet. So I'll say they're doing the job even without Vita Vea. But you're right. The impact is definitely noticeable. But I think that these guys are so together and in this together, I think they'll be able to survive this matchup. I'm more concerned with Donovan Smith again on this game, losing a battle to Trey Henderson and things like that, and versus not losing battles to Cam Jordan.
Well, see, that's my point. They're going to be shifting, man. They're going to make it. They're going to use shifts to cover up for Marpet because Haig is not Marpet. He's a small guy. He's not that strong. He's not going to be able to manhandle. He's not going to be able to manhandle anybody. He usually takes on the two men. He he always takes on two men every time. He comes off the block, opens up the lane, and takes on the second level. Haig is not capable of that, dude.
I can agree with that. He's more of a combo blocker kind of guy.
Yeah, he's usually in there chipping with the tight end.
I mean, but do you believe that he's going to be able to get it done, or you just think Rankins and those guys are just going to run right through him?
I believe they're going to have to find a running back and keep a running back in there on him with him constantly. I don't know how they're going to shift. I would say a tight end Gronk would be perfect, but they don't want to put Gronk on the inside like that.
Nope. So you have to come with the back adding protection in the A and B gaps, trying to slow that rush down. Misador brings up a good point. He said you might have to see more screens to slow that pressure down, which isn't a bad idea either. But again, you can't run that all game.
It's not one of our strengths either.
No, you can't run that all game, but it's definitely an option.
Our edges, our ends don't, our tackles don't have that speed for the screens or something. I don't know what's going on with our screens, man. We get one or two off a game that looks okay, but we've never really, in the last 5 years, I don't think this team has ever had a really good screen game.
No, the most
maybe some inside screens. Now I have seen us run some inside screens with
You said middle screens. That's the only screens that the Buccaneers used to really get off was when Adam Humphries was here. They would throw that slot screen a lot, and they would used to get production out of that. But you're right, as far as the running back, they haven't really busted off a big run, or I can't remember the last time a big running back screenplay has really got off and had huge productions.
I think didn't Jones have like 35-yard screen run one time or this year?
35.
Or was that just an outside? I'm not sure if it was a screen run. I can't remember, man. I know he had that one chunk play, but I was running a thread, so I wasn't looking up at the time. I think it was a screen, though.
It might have been. That's Misador said, "Have you seen Smith's footwork? That's what's wrong with the screen."
Absolutely. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to leave that up to everybody.
Deshaun said Doug Martin had a big screen run. Doug Martin did it. I mean, I think that's over 5 years old too, ain't it? But yeah, I mean, Doug Martin did. He was good for a real muscle bound guy. He had real good production as far as catching the balls out of the backfield and making plays. He said we need.
Doug Martin had Donald Penn, Utah, and those guys too.
You said who? You said who, Johnny?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Donald Penn, Jeremy Utah, and those.
Oh yeah, those guys were real. They were really good at run blocking and really good at screens. Undrafted player, freaking Donald Penn. It got the most out of him. Minnesota let him go, and Buccaneers picked him up. They did a real good job finding a lot of undrafted players. And around that time was Damar Dotson as well. So, they were different. Those guys brought different skill set to this offensive line than these guys that they have in there now. I definitely agree with that, as they were way better screen pass blockers than these guys now. I think they need to give Wirfs a few more tries on his side, as they mostly just ran Gronk tight end screens on his side for the most of the time to Wirfs' side. I haven't seen too many running back screens his way, but that's definitely going to be something. But you're right, Misador, but they're not going to be able to run that all game, though. I think he also said AB featured in screen game. That's possible, too. It's possible. It's all possibility.
You could see that because he's got a little bit more speed to get out there. Although, AB isn't that fast. All right, he plays fast. Everybody got to understand the difference. He plays very fast on the field, but his speed isn't that. We've got 4 guys on the team faster than him.
It's lateral quickness, I think he's trying to say is faster than others. No, I get you. That's why he creates breakaway, gets separation. I think he's quicker. He's more quick than fast. Oh, I get it. I get what you mean, Johnny.
Yeah, exactly.
He's more quick than fast, and that's good at a wide receiver position because you can create separation. Deshaun says, ask you if 4 wideouts will help the offense. If the tackles can't block, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to have to add tight end to pick a side. Or we'll see how the interior works, Deshaun. But what do you think on that, Johnny?
I think that Auclair might be playing again this week, and that will be a big help because he'll be in there on all he's going to be used for is blocking. You know that. Yeah,
and then you flex Gronk out. No, I can see that. flex.
Yeah, because our player is a beast blocking, man.
Yeah, he's the big Canadian. He's definitely a good blocker. He's definitely his skill set. He's like a fullback in a tight end's body, and he actually has good hands. He's just not going to outrun anybody. That's always been his thing. He has good hands, but he's not going to outrun anybody. He's not afraid to put his hands on and run block. So, yeah, having him back as well should help out.
Yeah, last year, I can't remember what game it was. I saw him put defensive end on his ass, man. That was fucking great, man. Oh, what's my name?
You got caught up in the moment. It's all right. But, yeah, definitely having him back. What else you got, Johnny? What else you got?
Oh, that's pretty much it.
No problem. I appreciate you always calling in, Johnny.
All right, talk to you later, bud.
Yep, no problem. Take it easy. Eric, I see you in the lobby down there. Just want to get through these real quick. Let me get into my winning angle for the week before we get so caught up in these conversations. I love interaction with everybody and everybody's thoughts and what they think was going on. We need to be able to take the defensive line out of the plus with Smith and pre-snap B. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yep, the Donovan Smith's going to have to come out and play well this game as he gets his revenge game. He's got to prove to people that he got better from week 1 to week 9 and playing the same team twice. So we will see. But let me go into the winning angle for this week, and then we'll get Eric back on, and then we'll wrap this up for the day. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a Week 9 edition of The Winning Angle with none other than Blake Anthony, always live here on Bucs Report every Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Today we'll be discussing the Week 9 matchup, Buccaneers versus Saints. Buccaneers looking for some revenge, Saints looking to solidify dominance in the NFC South Division. So let's break into the tape and see what we got. What we have here is Saints come out in their standard defense that they like to play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since Jameis Winston was there. They like to run man across the board on third downs, and they like to lead the single safety high. What they did in the Week 1 matchup against the Buccaneers is as I circled there, is they doubled down on Rob Gronkowski, and then they man cover with Marshawn Lattimore on Mike Evans, because Marshawn Lattimore tends to have great success against Mike Evans. But in this particular case, and most cases in that game, two guys doubled down on Rob Gronkowski and did not allow him to go out for pass routes, eliminating Tom Brady's options at passing the ball, which entails that the Saints on defense are saying that your other guys cannot beat us. Here it is, another look. They're there to stop Rob Gronkowski and let the four guys rush and get pressure on Tom Brady. Donovan Smith's going to have to look for a revenge game against Henderson, number 91, as long as longtime foe in Cameron Jordan. As this clip finishes, we'll move on to the next one. Here it is again, another third down, single safety high. What do you know? Jenkins in the middle of the field, breathing none other than Tom Brady's eyes. He's looking down at Tom Brady, and he's going to shadow Tom Brady wherever he's looking to throw to a wideout, and he's going to try to jump routes. He's locked in on Tom Brady, and while all those other guys have man coverage, as we just explained earlier, and the times that Rob Gronkowski does not go out for a pass, they will send the blitzer off the edge and then drop another guy in coverage and try to get some underneath coverage and do some mixed coverages to try to fool Tom Brady into throwing another interception. He has 2 against the Saints, and look forward to seeing Tom Brady not give any turnovers against the Saints. Unfortunate for the Saints, they get to face against Antonio Brown prime time, ready, locked, and ready to go. Look for Antonio Brown to have a great game against the Saints and force the Saints to come out of this coverage and probably run some bracketed coverage towards Mike Evans and try to see if Antonio Brown can knock the rust off and beat them. But on offense, the Buccaneers are going to have to get creative. As I showed here, it's Darren Waller versus Marshawn Lattimore. Why do I show that? It's because the Raiders got creative to find ways to get Waller open against a great defender in Marshawn Lattimore. Not saying Evans has to be in the backfield, but you can run natural rub and pick routes. As you can see here, Marshawn Lattimore's caught in the traffic, knowing he has man coverage. Waller is free to release into the flats for a catch in an easy 9-yard gain. Hopefully Mike Evans or whoever else that is that gets on a pick play can get some extra yardage out of it and possibly score. I'll show you this again at another angle so you get to see better. Here it is. Comes in motion, and the reason and Waller also plays way out wide outside the numbers and comes in motion. Mike Evans could do the same. You come in here, you run the play, cause a natural pick, and it creates space for the wide receiver. Look for the Bucs to try to do that with Mike Evans and other receivers Sunday along with Antonio Brown. That's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you checking it out, and I hope you guys enjoy the game. There it is, the winning angle for the week. This is Blake Anthony, Sports Talk49, live every Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Always going to be seeing her Bucs report, and the show is always powered by 320 Solar. Go to 320solar.com and put the power back into your pocket. Got so caught up and forgot to read all that today. I said, also make sure to go to mycannabiscard.com. The cannabis card effectively links new patients with the closest state licensed marijuana doctors near them, while also saving up to 30%. Just mention Bucs Report, and you're good. Also go to Fast Track Cannabis Clinics of America, nation's largest medical marijuana doctor network. Over 2,500 state licensed doctors in all 32 states. Medical marijuana is legal. Also, last but definitely not least, make sure to check out the Deck Bar and Grill, Isla del Sol, the Bucs Report's only sports bar and grill. We will all be out there Sunday night with the Saints doing live broadcasts on the sports web with none other than Bucs Report's own Peter Blake. So, Deshaun, I would rather face a 3-man front to give Brady a chance to find mismatch who's open. I agree. I think we're going to see the Saints bring a lot of 3-man rushes to counter our receivers. It's possible, but that'll be more time to throw. I'll get on video Sunday during the pregame and postgame shows. Don't make promises you can't keep there, Christopher. We have Johnson or Godwin and Scotty plus AB. We're good. We might see Godwin running shallow crackbacks to help slow Jordan. So it's possible, and he's not afraid to block neither. We need to take the defensive line out. Plus, yeah, okay, we read that one. Johnny, as long as we can pick them up, we haven't done very well facing them. The Bears ate up with them, and that was full strength on offense. Just something to watch for. Yep, something to look out for. And they're gonna come with a game plan. They know they got Antonio Brown. They know they're gonna try to get vertical with him. They know that. And Sean Payton, I'll give it to him, even though he plays on the rival team, they're gonna figure out ways to counteract what the Buccaneers are doing. And with the way the Buccaneers secondary played against the Giants, they cannot do that Sunday. And I promise you that they're going to try to counteract what the weakness is that the Buccaneers showed against the Giants, and they're going to try to implement. You will see these again. So I wasn't going to show up, but I am. I got a little thing I put on with the DBs versus the Giants, some of the mistakes and the good things that happened in that game. Check this out. On this particular play, it's a bad play that's turned good off the labor of Shaq Barrett's pressure and forcing of Daniel Jones to throw a pick. As you can see, he's on the bottom of the screen there. So what this is the Bucs have a blitz called here. Sean Murphy-Bunting's blitzing from the slot spot. Daniel Jones makes his adjustments. Now remember what I told you in the winning angle. He loves to throw to that right slot when he's under duress. He starts to look at Dean staring at him the entire time, does not pay the wide receiver any attention, and Daniel Jones goes to what he's comfortable. He's looking for the slot receiver. It's covered, but he also misses the outside receivers that are completely wide open because both cornerbacks are staring at the quarterback. Ensuing, Shaq Barrett gets pressure, and he throws an interception to Carlton Davis. Let's take another look at it here again. Let me say it loud and let me say it proud. Without Shaq Barrett, this interception never happens. It's probably maybe thrown for a touchdown. Because if Shaq Barrett's not there to get pressure, although he didn't get a sack, without his pressure, this interception never happens. So we can check it out here. Shaq Barrett wins his one-on-one with the tight end. Forces an error throw and an easy pick for Carlton Davis. In this clip, this is after Daniel Jones saw that he missed a touchdown pass against Jamil Dean, so they come right back to it. You could tell by the way he looks at that matchup immediately, knowing that there's a double move, and Dean, again, is staring at the quarterback, is not paying attention to the receiver good enough, and gets beat again. Fortunately, Sue didn't get called for roughing the passer, and Daniel Jones overthrew the ball by just a step to his wide receiver. On this play here, Sean Murphy-Bunting, accompanied with Shaq Barrett, both make great plays. Shaq Barrett again wins his one-on-one situation, and Sean Murphy-Bunting covers Golden Tate great when he's trying to ad-lib and make a play for his quarterback. And Sean does the right thing, is make the interception rather than knocking the ball away, because at this point in the game, the Buccaneers needed a turnover, and they needed a spark to put themselves back in the chances of winning this game, and Sean Murphy did it. So let's look at another angle again. Shaq Barrett here on the edge. Beats his guy in one-on-one. Gets pressure on Daniel Jones. It's actually better that he did not get the sack, because the sack ensures a punt or possibly another chance of getting another first down. This pick here gives the Bucs the ball in prime real estate and gives them a chance to go out and win the game. Great pick, Sean Murphy-Bunting. And here we are, the final play. 5 wide. Buccaneers got to get a stop and not let them go. Immediately, I'm concerned. It's because Sean Murphy-Bunting's giving up the inside, and Mike Edwards is staring at the quarterback instead of dropping in the zone, trying to jump a route. Levante David falls down on the route as well. Golden Tate does what Golden Tate's been doing since he was at Seattle Seahawks, is make a great play in the back of the end zone, being an athletic player that he is. So let's take another look at this the other angle. Here it is again. You get to see where Daniel Jones' eyes are, where Mike Edwards' eyes are, and you get to see what everybody's looking at. Daniel Jones is looking right at Golden Tate. I don't know why Mike Edwards decides to jump the tight end right away. Levante David falls down, and Sean Murphy-Bunting just puts himself out of position, making an undercut on the ball too early when the ball was thrown high, and then ensuing in that, it's a touchdown. There you have it. Gave you lots of videos and stuff today. Tons of it. And you got the return of Quan also coming Sunday against the Buccaneers. Yes, Deshaun, the Buccaneers have gotten favorable calls in their favor, an overturned call which decided a game the Buccaneers never get. Is it the Brady effect? Is it not the Brady effect? I've gone over 20 minutes. I'm past my time. I appreciate all you guys coming on. I've wanted to give you guys all that great content I had for this week, and it'll all be available on my page, on my Twitter, and on my social media. So appreciate you guys, everybody coming on. To Sean, Eric, everybody putting in their 2 cents, Johnny calling in. Appreciate you guys for making the show great, as you guys always are. And without that, this show is always powered by 320 Solar. Put the power back into your pocket by 320solar.com. Pay nothing out of pocket till 2022. Also go to Fast Track Cannabis Clinics of America, the nation's largest medical marijuana doctor with over 25 state licensed doctors in all 32 states. Medical marijuana is legal. Also go to mycannabiscard.com. Links new patients with state licensed medical marijuana doctors near them while saving up to 30% on just evaluation costs. Also, make sure to check out the Deck Bar and Grill at Isla del Sol, Bucs Report's home for live stream shows. We will be there Sunday. If you're not doing anything, come out there and see Cedric and the gang. Johnny Dean, great show. Thank you. Appreciate your insight. No problem, Susan. I do it for you guys. Try to put my perspective. Try to open your eyes and make you think otherwise. And I do the same, listening to you guys. You guys bringing great points and great value to shows. So without you guys, man, we got nothing. And one exercise we always do. You're the master of everything. What you do with your life, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you, guys. God bless. And as always, fire those cannons. And Lisa, send me your contact. You're the winner of the Mike Evans jersey, breast cancer awareness. Thank you.
Power bill through the roof? At 320 Solar, that power bill will be no more. In fact, about 90% of our customers report lower solar payments than with electricity. That's more power in your pocket. 320 Solar. Power up. Going solar with 320 may cost you nothing down. But the work we do is not a $0 job. With a 10-year roof penetration warranty and solar panels guaranteed for 25 years, you can have peace of mind knowing we will do the job right every time without question. .320 Solar. Power up.